Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Sports Timeout. I'm Anthony Polidano. Today we come to you from Warrenmont High Schools. We've got plenty of action to get you caught up on for the month of December, the final month of 2010. We're hoops heavy on this show. We'll start out with the girls' side. There is Daisha Vance, Sterling Heights' talented, highly touted freshman. Stallions opening up their season. Girls action against East Detroit, and Daisha Vance off to a good start with the steal and the lay-in. Sterling Heights up 6-2, then Vance with another steal. Over to Sarah Chehab, back to Vance off the glass for two more. 10-4 Stallions in the first. And this was looking like a repeat. Another Vance steal. Chehab comes up with it, goes in, gets the hoop, and knocks down the Shamrock player. 14-4 Stallions. They go on a 16-0 run with just steal, layup, steal, layup, steal, layup, etc., etc. 24-4 after that Chehab lay-in. Here in the second half, Vance with the steal and the miss. Alex Clues there for the putback. 42-5 Stallions. Sterling Heights would come up with 30 steals in this game alone. Vance led the way with 11. Pretty nice opener for the talented freshman. 10 points and 11 steals. An unusual double-double. Chehab led all scorers with 22 points as the Stallions roll 60-8. East Detroit did lose their coach the day before the season started as she resigned. Have the game you had, and for you guys to have success has to feel pretty good to get that out of the way, doesn't it?
Yes. We played a good game together. Me and Sarah came together during the rebounds, stole a couple balls, and I broke a couple layups. We made up for it.
You know, I told our kids that their energy level was great today, 1 through 12. Everybody who came in was playing hard, and there were times I had to slow them down because they were hustling so much and aggressive, and I wanted to make sure that we, did some things under control to work on executing some things. And I always tell them, I never want to have to speed you up. I want to have to slow you down, and that's good that they have that mentality, I guess, to begin the year.
Titan girls opening up their season against Inkster, a talented team with several players going Division I, and that talent was on display in this one. Jamie Madden in the first with the steal and the hoop. 8-0 Inkster out of the gates. Then Ariana Taylor over to Kelsey Mitchell, who glides in for two more. 14-1 Inkster on top early. Stevenson trying to come back. Another fab freshman in the area. Star Harris goes coast to coast for two right there. 14-3 though. Inkster still in control off of the Beverly Crawl miss. Crystal Bradford here, one of the bench players for Inkster, goes the length of the court, steps back and drains the triple. 19-6 Vikings up. Then Madden here, another nice move, a little crossover. She goes to the hoop, off the high glass and in for two. 23-8 Vikings. Titans try and come back. Titans much better this year, although they didn't really show it in this game. Kelsey Kapicki over to Heather Damon for two. Stevenson within 15. Then Kapicki here. Nice feed to Ashley Nickens, the talented sophomore, for two more, as the Titans would keep it respectable, but too much talent on the side of the Vikings in this one. Madden with the nice steal and the good look to Taylor. 24 steals for Inkster, as the Titan starters have just 19 points in this one. They fall 58-41. Mitchell, 12 points, 4 boards, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. Lauren Hoffner, 11 points for the Titans. Harris had 8 off the bench. Move over to Sterling Heights. Falcons taking on the Stallions. First game of the year for Ford. Christina Nagel, one of Ford's 2 big transfers from Eisenhower and starring roles this year. The other one is Lauren Bonus, who had a nice feed there to Tekla Kamel for 2-0 Falcons. Then Jade Harris here inside to Emily King. Nice bounce pass, and King goes off the glass for 2. Falcons looking good early, up 13-4. Then off the King, missed free throw. Harris with a big rebound. She was a force on the glass. She's going to get it over to King, who finds Nagel on the corner, and Nagel knocks down a triple. 19-5 Falcons at the end of one. Second quarter, Chris Harper over to Mimi McClatchy for three. Ford continuing their run up 24-7. Rick Rapicki wondering what hit him. This is a Ford team they knocked out of the districts last year, but this is a different Falcon team off the Patty Shapansky miss. Rebecca Spaeth with the rebound for the Stallions, kicks it out to Sarah Chehab, who was in foul trouble early, and that really hurt. Stallions down 30-15 at the half. Third quarter, Kristen Hartner with the lay-in, 32-18. Stallions down by 14, but Matt Joseph's team really just kind of kept the Stallions on a straight leash the rest of the way. Didn't get too far apart from them, but didn't let them get any closer. Nice feed there from Harper to Nagel, 34-16 Falcons at that point. And then the Eisenhower players or transfers hooking up. It's bonus over to Nagel for three, 40-19. In the fourth, it's King inside to Tekla Kamel. Ford has good pieces outside, good pieces inside, and they are a talented team. They beat Sterling Heights 63-42. Kamel, 19 points to lead all scorers, 3 blocks. King had 11 points. Harper had 5 assists and 9 points. Chehab finished with 8 points and 11 boards for the Stallions.
I was leery because they're a good team. We knew they were going to put a lot of pressure on us. We knew what their game plan was going to be. And they had already played a game, and we hadn't yet. And I think that makes a difference in their gym. So, yeah, I was leery. And the start helped us. It helped us relax, I think. And the fact that you're getting some easy looks inside, and getting some easy baskets helps.
Staying with girls, Utica and Stevenson facing off as Erin Madej, last year's Player of the Year in girls basketball, hands it off to Sarah Miller, the talented point guard. Both are going to D2 college in the UP. 3-0 Chieftains. Then Kayla Kane over to Miller. Miller open again, 8-2 Chieftains up early on. More Miller here as the Utica dynamic duo was putting a hurting on Stevenson early as she goes to the hoop and gets the foul. 15-7, Chieftains up. Troy Marks not happy with the effort defensively, at least early, but things would get better. Lauren Hoffner here with the steal. She goes coast to coast, finally healthy after a couple injury-plagued seasons. Titans down 4. Then Hoffner inside to Amy Coffin, one of the new additions to the Titan varsity team, off the window for 2. It's a 23-1 Stevenson run. Sarah Privis here with the steal and the lay-in as the Titans go from down 8 to up 13. Then Star Harris coming up with the steal of her own. She cruises in as the Stevenson bench is going to be a force all season long. 32-19 Titans up at that point. Third quarter now, Utica tries to get back in it. Meg Getch, all 6'4" of her with the block right there. Then Kane over to Miller. Ahead to Getch, who is a bit of a work in progress, but as the season goes on, she's going to get better and better. Hoop and the foul right there. Utica within 11, but Stevenson just too much, as it was pretty much 5-on-2 or 7-on-2 out there at times, it seemed. Harris with the steal and the hoop, as Utica just could not keep up with the Titans. Harris here going coast to coast over to Hoffner. 49-36. Titan bench outscores Utica 30-4 as they win it 58-30. Damon, 5 steals and 6 points off that bench. Hoffner had 6 and 8. Star Harris, 6 points and 5 steals. Madej led all scores in the losing effort with 20 for Utica.
We didn't come out the way we wanted to. I think that as a team, though, we had some bench players that really came out, put the clamps down on them, giving up that 17 points in the first quarter. That was rough. And then holding them to 21 the rest of the game, I thought was very key. We talk about trying to hold people under 40 points, and taking care of home court.
Over to boys we go. Ford taking on Frazier. Aaron Cox seems like he's been there forever. His third varsity season with the Falcons. Early on, Sean Hughes in his first varsity season steps back and hits the three-pointer. Ford was down 6-5. Then Josh Bytel with the miss, but Posevitz there. Eric Posevitz with a nice putback. Falcons down 2. Then Hughes here with the miss. And the transfer, Shane Ellis, big, as he comes in from Hazel Park and is a big force inside for Ford, along with Cox. We're tied up at 9. Then in the second quarter, it's Isaac Williams to Blake Junick for 3. 16-14, Fraser back on top. Off the Nick Boguth miss here in the second, it's Justin Hudson ahead to Trey Wells. Pretty in transition for Fraser as the Ramblers were up by 5. But the Ford Falcons would have the final laugh in this back and forth game, and they would go to their secret weapon unleashed, Nick Boguth. Questions about Ford's backcourt this year, and Boguth answering those questions in this one as he absolutely goes off in the fourth quarter. Here Posevitz finds Boguth back for 3 and hits it. Then Boguth again, this time 3 points the old-fashioned way, coast-to-coast hoop and the harm. 42-38, Falcons up. Boguth with a monster 17-point fourth quarter. Here he steps back and hits the three-pointer, well, from the Van Dyke Expressway. 51-42 is your final as Ford outscores Fraser thanks to Boguth. 22-10 in the fourth. Boguth finished with 21 points. Aaron Cox had 11. Ellis had 7 points and 5 boards for Ford.
I know my bigs are there if I need them, so they were struggling, but they held up. Were big for the team, you know. We got it inside, but I don't know. My team trusts me. I trust my team. They let me shoot them. I'll shoot them.
Back to Utica we go. Chieftain girls hoping to get in the win column against Dakota in the first. It's Sarah Miller with the steal and the lay-in, 4-0. Chieftains up in the first quarter. Then Miller here with a little pull-up on the wing. She struggled filling up the hoop last year, but she's off to a strong start with her scoring this year. Unfortunately for her, other than Madej, not getting much help there for the Chieftains. Here Erica Manduzzi with the three-pointer in the first for Dakota. Then Miller comes back as Utica was up 16-14 in the second, but that was pretty much it for the Chieftains in this one. Rio Dungeon hits a three-pointer here in the second as Dakota takes the lead for good. Then Manduzzi with another three, an 18-5 run for Dakota as they take control in this one. Here Miller picks the pocket of the Cougar guard, lays it up and in. Chieftains within 10, but just too much Dakota as Utica having a hard time finding scoring outside of Miller and Madej. We'll see how their season progresses. Miranda Bates with the three right there as the Chieftains drop it to the Cougars 52-47. Madej had 21 points to lead all scores. Miller had 18, but that was just about it for the Chieftains as Utica drops to 0-3. Move on to Sterling Heights. The Stallion boys taking on Stevenson, Abel Sullivan and company. And here's Tommy Evajai, one of the new players for Sterling Heights, up off the JV with a three-pointer early. 8-5 Stallions. Then off the Evajai miss, it's Linus Kamaitis here to Joe Kachi in transition. 8-7. Stevenson down 1. Then Kachi. Nice touch from outside here. He strokes one from the top of the circle. 12-8, Stevenson takes the lead. Second quarter, it's Savio Rascala with the steal. Titans very small this year. Eugene Pratt going to have a big year on the boards. Crashes the glass right there for the putback. 18-14, Stevenson. Then Joe Kachi off the steal here. He goes coast to coast. Part of a big 11-0 Stevenson run that put the Titans temporarily in control this one. Here's Sykes. Tyler Sykes over to Joe Guido. 26-14, Stevenson up late in the second quarter. But the Stallions got a good talking to at the half, and they would wake up in the third. On to the third quarter. Albert Nikolai with the miss. Abel Sullivan with the rebound. Out to Julius Wade. Back underneath to Nikolai, and he lays it up off the glass for 2. Then Stacy Miller here with the killer crossover. Broke some ankles on that one. Inside to Nikolai. Stallions down by 6. Then another Stallion steal here, and it's Wade going to go coast to coast in this one as Sterling Heights climbs all the way back in it. Down just 1 at that point. 32-31. Fourth quarter. Nikolai with the miss. Abel Sullivan there for the putback. He was in foul trouble much of the way. 36 all early in the fourth. Stevenson answers back. Guido here with some great moves for Stevenson and lays it in off the glass for 2. And the Titans were back on top by 3. Back and forth game the entire fourth quarter. Wade with the miss. Evazai there for the tip in. Big lift off the bench was Evazai as the junior was in double figures with 11 points. Stevenson now with a chance to win at the end of regulation. Kachi with the miss. Eugene Pratt there for the tip-in. Looked like he got fouled, but not going to get that call at the end of a game very often. So we would go to overtime. In the overtime, it's Miller. His only hoop from the floor on the night, 52-50. Stallions up. Chance for Stevenson to tie it, but Kachi's tie attempt is blocked by Avezai, and Miller goes down the floor to Nikolai, who lays it in at the buzzer. And the Stallions win it in OT, and probably the best game of December. 54-51. Nikolai 15 points, 9 boards. Wade had 10. Avezai 11 and 8 off the bench. Eugene Pratt led Stevenson with 11.
Oh, we had a few choice words for him at halftime, got after him, and it was like night and day. Second half, they came out with the energy that we expect from them. They got it done with their defensive intensity, and like we said from the preseason, our defense is going to be our offense, and we have to play with an intensity on that end to get results on the offensive end.
We just came out with intensity, and we came out and played hard like we practice. We just got to play like we practice, and if we come out like that, we can get a win every time.
And the Sterling Heights girls team also in action against Stevenson. Would they fare just as well as their male counterparts? Well, early on, not so much. Lauren Hoffner to Ashley Nickens off the glass for 2. And the Titans were up 4-0. Then Alex Clues answers back here for the Stallions. She gets a steal and finds Sarah Chehab off the glass for 2 of her own. Stallions with a 9-6 lead, but here come the Titans back again. Beverly Krull, struggling early on in the season, finds her stroke, and this one from behind the arc knocks that one down. Titans back on top, 11-9. Then Chehab here with a 3-pointer for Sterling Heights as the teams were going back and forth the whole first quarter. Onto the second off the Krull miss. She's going to get her own rebound, find Heather Damon. As we talked about that Titan bench, it would once again come up big in this one. Damon knocks down the 3, and Stevenson led 21-17. More Stevenson in the second as their bench exploits the Stallion bench. Hopner with the hoop there. She's a starter. 38-23. Titans up. Then Damon inside. A Kelsey Kapicki turnaround. Nice feed. A 28-6 run for Stevenson, fueled mainly by that bench. Then Nickens. She's going to have some very big games for Stevenson this year as the sophomore continues to develop. Nice move there. Titans up by 12, and then Ashley, following her own miss there, keeps the ball high and puts it back 54-40. Then Nickens with the rebound. Damon in transition with the no-look to Krull. Nice finish. Good game all around for the Titans. Stallions have some work to do as the Titan bench outscores them 23-9. Nickens 15-8. Vance 13 points and 5 boards for the Stallions in the losing effort. Chehab 14, 8, and 5 steals. Damon and Krull 10 points apiece for the victorious Titans.
We're not going to have probably a 20-point score, in any game. And when we're spreading the ball around and we've got people with 6, 7, 8, 9 points in the first half, that's hard for people to defend. And it was nice to see that.
Back over to boys. Warren Mott first action. Well, we've seen him this year. Victor Sharp and company in action against the Stallions. Tommy Bell over to Victor Sharp, who's the lone holdover from the Marauders back-to-back Matt Gold champion teams now in his junior season. End of the first quarter, off the miss, it's Tommy Bell picking up the shot and knocking it down. Hits the 3 at the buzzer, 15-6. Warren Mott at the end of one as they were knocking down the outside shots early. And the second half in transition, or second quarter, I should say. Sharp on the miss. DeMichael Williams there for the tip-in. Marauders by 10. Then Sharp from deep yet again. This is part of his game he has really worked on as he's more than just a drive and dish guy. Knocks down the triple, 24-9. Mike Griffin watches his team fall asleep for a first half of a game for the second time this year. Well, he hit him with the snooze button at halftime. In the second half, Julius Wade over to Gavin O'Gara. 4 different Stallion players hit 2 3-pointers. That's good balance. Then off the Avezai miss, it's Wade to Abel Sullivan. Stallions within 13 at 31-18. A 19-12 third quarter run for Sterling Heights. Derek Lefevre's team, though, coming back off the Miller miss. It's Tommy Bell in transition, and Tommy Bell can take it to the hole. 33-25 Mott at that point, and then Bell in transition once again finds Williams underneath, and Warren Mott gets a big lead, gives it up, and then takes it back away from the Stallions 51-44. Sharp finished with 14 points and 5 steals. Bell led all scorers with 19 points. Avazai, Nukalai, and Wade 10, 11, and 10, respectively. And we move on now to Henry Ford II taking on Roseville, and don't ask me, I'm old. I can't explain that whatsoever. Someone that's not old, Les Olson, getting a chance to get some big minutes in this one, and Lester with some nice moves early to the hole right there for 2, 10-4. Falcons up in the first, and then Aaron Cox finding Olson, just like on the football field a little bit. Nice move by Olson, 12-4 Ford in the first quarter. Then in the second, Nick Bogath on the miss. Cox there with the strong rebound and put back. 22-13 Ford up in the second. In the third quarter, Ford looks to Eric Posovitz, and Posovitz, when he gets his feet set, is a pretty capable three-point shooter, knocks down that three in the corner. Then off the feed from Cox, another open three for Posovitz, and he burns the Panthers again. 42-30. Falcon fans excited because their team was putting up a lot of points in this one. On to the fourth quarter. Sean Hughes following his own miss as it's tipped back to him. Johnny on the spot lays it in. 57-42. Ford in control, but here come the Panthers. Jawan Nixon over to Robert Porter with the basket and the foul. Roseville within 8. Then Trey Williams, a very highly touted player out of Roseville here with the steal. He's going to lay it up and in as Roseville would get within 3 in the fourth. They score 42 points in the second half, do the Panthers. Not good for the Falcon D. Here, Williams got the steal line down, gets it back, and gets a three-pointer to fall. But Ford able to hang on as Roseville used pretty much all their energy getting back into the game. They didn't have it down the stretch as Ford in control late. Ellis to Posovitz for 2 as Ford wins it 70-62. 5 Ford players in double figures as the Falcons shoot 62% from the floor. Posovitz with 17, Ellis with 16, Cox a double-double with 12 and 12. Williams with 24 for Roseville.
We got actually 4 big guys that can do a lot of work in the post for us. Our offense is based around the post, but we have shooters around us, so it's an even offense.
Warren Mott on the road at L'Anse Creuse, taking on the Mac Reds Lancers in the first. Tommy Bell with the miss. Andre Mitchell there inside for the putback. 5-0 Marauders early on, and then Victor Sharp takes over. Sharp here steps back and knocks down the 3. Said he could do that this year. 8-2 Warren Mott. And apparently, L'Anse Creuse hadn't been reading the Marauder press clippings over the last couple of years because they didn't really stop Victor Sharp early on, as he was Sharp. Knock it down another three-pointer, 15-3. Then Sharp, strong move to the hoop right there. 19 points in the first half alone for Victor Sharp. He was a one-man show. He comes up with the steal here in the second, lays it up and in, 19-11. Warren Mott up at that point. Then Jawan Doggett here swatted by Trey Roberts. Sharp ahead, loses it, gets it back, gets it to Tommy Bell, and then L'Anse Creuse loses, guess who? Yep, Sharp wide open for 3 again. 19 in the first half, as we said. Second half, Lancers do a much better job of defense on Sharp. Jawan Henderson here with the miss. Doggett with the tip in as L'Anse Creuse was trying to claw their way back in it, down 11 at 35-24. Then Doggett with the miss. Giovanni Gordon, about the only guy hitting shots for L'Anse Creuse on the night with the putback, as the Lancers were within 8, but Derek Lefevre's team was too strong down the stretch. And by the way, L'Anse Creuse shot just 26% from the floor for the entire game. Here's Sharp ahead to Tommy Bell, gets the hoop and the foul as Warren Mott wins it 54-49. Sharp 20 points, 4 assists, 4 steals. Bell with 19. Gordon 21 and 10 in the losing effort for the Lancers as the Marauders start the season a perfect 4-0.
Well, we are to a strong start so far. We're just trying to keep it going. We're going hard in practice. We're trying to beat everything, take everything step by step, and reach that district level.
Back over to girls at Utica. Erin Madej and the Chieftains taking on Fraser in the first. Megan Getch there with the block, then looks down the court, finds Madej all by herself. Easy lay-in for the senior 6'4" Chieftains. Then this next one we're going to show you is purely wow factor. Megan Getch, a shot blocking machine. You don't believe me? Well, she comes up with a rebound here, goes down to her knees, loses it, and then blocks Brianne Wagner from her knees. That was just about the only highlight for Utica the rest of the way, though, as Fraser was just too strong. Sarah Jaggett with the three-pointer, 33-19. Then Alexis Van Sickle here for the hoop, as Utica, again, a hard time scoring points. They shoot just 24% and just 1 of 9 from the free throw line and fall 41-24. Van Sickle led the way with 15 points for Fraser. Madej, 13 points and 7 rebounds for Utica. Getch had 10 boards and 4 blocks, but no points. So we move on now to the Warren Community Center. Our good friend Tom Daly, now the junior varsity coach at Warren Mott. Girls taking on Warren Woods Tower in the Holiday Classic. Demi Sutter there with a nice give and go with Shelby Boyd early on. We are tied at 2. Then Holly Wisniewski inside to Victoria Gozowski, 9-7. Warren Woods Tower within 2. Second quarter, Rachel Monarch, pretty play to Kamisha Coleman. That was well designed. Coach Schmidt had to be happy about that, 16-9. Mott. Then Monarch here with the steal, finding Catherine Reyes. Reyes back after sitting out all of last season. She lays it in. Nice to have her back. I'm sure Coach Schmidt happy about that. 18-5, Warren Mott up at that point. He's also got to be happy about one of his freshmen he has up contributing, Natasha Betoing. Here she takes it virtually coast to coast, lays it in, and the foul. Warren Mott up 22-13. Then Caitlin Welk here with the miss, Boyd with the rebound, but check out Shelby Weeks, talented player for Tower, comes up with the steal, steps back and knocks down the three-pointer, rattles it in as Tower gets within 5, but that's about as close as they would get here. Weeks with the miss, loose ball, Sutter finds Chelsea Meter streaking down the middle, 25-18, Warren Mott up by 7. Then off of the Betoing missed free throw, Warren Mott had a lot of those in this one. Abigail Massman with the miss, then Betoing with the miss. Shelby Boyd there for the putback. She had 12 boards in this one as Mott wins it 35-30, despite shooting just 5 of 19 from the foul line, but they take it by 5. Boyd 6 points, 12 boards. Sutter 4 points, 5 boards, 5 steals. Betoing 8 points, and Coach Schmidt very happy with the win.
Holding Weeks, to what we held her to. I mean, I don't know what the totals were, but I thought we did a great job. Just limiting her shots, and we did we stressed our last game out. We didn't do a good job on the boards. I thought we did a good job hitting the boards tonight. We did a good job. Like I said, held to a team like that to 30 points, and I was real happy.
That's going to bring to a close another edition of Sports Timeout. Remember, our next show is the 2010 Plays of the Year show. If anyone wants to order a copy of this show or any of our other programs here on Sterling Heights Television, you can do so by calling 586-446-2494. You can also check us out online at any time at sterlingheightstv.net. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.